though I have girlfriend, but I'm going to after party that night. Yeah, I already told my girlfriend.
Why do you have to say though I have a girlfriend? That makes it sound like you're planning on doing some bad
Maybe
things.
doing something she shouldn't do. Yes.
You got my point. Yeah.
先声明一下
Yes.
Time for a break. Grab a coffee, get comfy, and catch up with old friends. Join us for an easy chat on all the biggest news stories of the day on ICRT Breakdown, a bilingual 2030 policy program brought to you in cooperation with the National Development Council.
Yo, welcome to another fun edition of ICRT's Breakdown. Come and join us as we discuss some worldly topics. I don't know if they're worldly, but they're certainly interesting topics. And we meet some very interesting people, and we learn some things along the way. I'm one of your hosts, Tim Berge, and with me today, as always, is...
I'm Paz Bueno.
Hey, Paz.
And today we've invited our special guest, the host of 女同志週記, or lez.weekly in English, to join us in talking about Taiwan's annual LGBTQ Pride Parade. Their podcast offers unique insights into society through a lesbian lens, showcases personal stories from lesbian women, and delves into important discussions about women's sexual well-being and bodily concerns. So Amy, 咆哮蒂and Mooni, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Mooni.
Hello, I'm 咆哮蒂.
And I think it's kind of fun this time. We have 3 guests. We've never had that many guests before.
No,
have we?
this is the first
Never.
time.
The studio is quite crowded, but I guess you guys still feel comfortable?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, cool.
But may I ask that, did you ever hear about our show ever?
We heard about it through this program, but I did listen to a couple of your episodes, and it's a lot of Chinese, so half of it I could not understand very well. And there's a lot of cultural, like LGBT, like cultural references that I also don't quite understand as well.
Lucky you
Yes.
couldn't understand much.
It's
Don't
lucky.
say that. Don't say that. It's always good to learn new things.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit more about you and your podcast?
Our show is talking about every kind of topic about relationship in lesbians, and then any topic about news, body.
身体议题，身体议题 body positive，
body positivity,
Being positive about our bodies or
Yes.
not.
That's our show. But most of the time, our favorite and most popular series is our Q&A.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
people write us like letters and talking about their questions. It's like 90% of the question is about their relationship.
Right.
Should I confess to people I like, or should I break up? And should I get back together?
Am I lesbian or?
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay. So you help people just to learn more about the lesbian scene, and also kind of like giving a guiding point for lesbians here in Taiwan. Kind of like if people have questions, they can write in about their relationships or about their own concerns about their own sexuality.
Yeah, encourage them to be themselves.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious, though, like when you started the podcast, did you think that it would become that where people are asking you love questions and that type of stuff?
No, in fact, it's out of our plan.
Okay.
Yes.
And so how has that turned out?
Yeah, we start the Q&A series in pandemic.
Okay, that makes sense. During the pandemic, people are stuck at home.
Yes.
They have questions.
And the biggest problem is we don't have the guests.
Yeah.
So you create a new content. Yes, we got to do that. We got to do that.
We ran out of the topics. We don't know what to do, and people cannot
I hear you.
So we maintain a very good interaction with our audience.
Yeah. That's awesome. 所以就是在疫情那段期间，你们就是有稍微换了一下你们的 podcast 的那个 format，
多了一个系列。
对，所以你们邀请不到就是来宾来到你们的节目，所以就变成是
3个人一直讲。
对，
没有人要来。
所以就变成就是回答观众的问题这样子。Okay.
But that's taking on a lot of responsibility, answering questions like that. How do you guys feel about that? Is it something you naturally fit into, or is it something you took some time and some research?
Oh no! In fact, 3 of us, we all have very miserable relationship experience.
So we don't learn from your experience. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you got
So
it.
you tell the audience what not to do.
Yes, basically yes. And the first year, we think myself, I try best to answer all my audience questions. And the second year, the weird thing happened is that we think that we already answered this before.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
why
are you asking again, huh?
Yes, but that's for different audience.
Exactly. Right. You always have to remember that maybe who listens this week is not the same person who listens next week and stuff like
Yes.
that.
All people have the same question in relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe it's always unique with a new person. So
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. But anyway, so October, of course, in Taiwan is famous for Pride and the Pride March, Pride Parade. So maybe can you tell us a little bit about the Pride events here in Taiwan and maybe what they mean to you and for your listeners?
I think Taiwan Pride has come a long way before, because it started in 2003, right? On 2003, it was only like a really small gathering. According to Wikipedia, it was only 2,000 people out there, so it was really a small crowd. But then now it become like probably the most biggest pride in Asia, one of the biggest. And I think the meaning of it's a day when people can really gather together and they don't have to concern about what they have to wear and what they can really be themselves on the pride and to do whatever they want. And so that was pretty important. And also, I think the other important thing is that the pride itself makes Taiwan to be seen globally. Like people from around the world will see, Taiwan is a friendly country who support LGBT community, and it's great to attend like Taiwan Pride. So, and I just learned from the news that the vice mayor of the Paris is also coming to the Pride this year, which is like
mayor.
which is pretty surprising because I guess that was the way that Taiwan is seen like internationally. 就是我觉得同志游行就是在很久之前。在2003年的时候，它本来就是一个很小的聚会，只是可能一群同志，他本来是比较希望争取他们的权益，以这样的观点出发，然后去的游行。那时候可能人数也才有1-2千人而已，但现在在可能2019年的时候，甚至超过20万人在街头上。然后我觉得它现在变成是一个比较正面的一个形象，大家可以上街在争取权益的同时，他们终于可以做自己，不用担心他们要穿什么衣服，然后要该怎么做什么的。然后而且也越来越多人因为这样的关系，让台湾这个地方被看见，然后所以大家会想要就是来台湾旅游，然后为了参加同志游行。所以就像我从新闻上看到，好像今年的同志游行，那个巴黎的副市长他也想要来台湾参加这个亚洲也许是最大的一个同志游行。
Well, I think that is one special thing about Taipei having this event every year. And it's also interesting in Taiwan that it's in October. Okay, being from the States, most of the events like this are in June to commemorate Stonewall, which is a very important event in American history. Or you go to Australia and they do it at the same time as Mardi Gras, which is traditionally a time when people are crazy and dancing up and everything like that. So I'm always curious why Taiwan, it's in October. But then again, maybe that's smart too, because as you just said, it's become a focus in Asia because it's one of the biggest events like this in Asia. And it's a chance for people to come and enjoy it in Taiwan, but at the same time, it brings more visitors to Taiwan too. So maybe having in October makes sense. I don't know. What do you think?
To us, that's a very good weather.
Okay. That's the other thing I was thinking. It was like October is like one of the best times in Taiwan.
Yes.
The weather's not too hot, not too cool, a little bit less rain. So you guys are very smart, huh? Good planning.
除了天气之外，还有另外一个原因是2003年的时候，我们是拿台北市政府的方案，然后来做这一个活动的。然后他们那时候方案就是在10月的时候给的。
OK。
然后后来因为就是很多怎么讲，很多大家也不想改了。当然天气也是比较好，不然6月在台湾是非常热的月份，这样子，所以就一直延续在这边。
Yes, better have that parade on October. Yeah.
So it's kind of like an accident of history, but it turned to be a very good accident.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's a good way for something to happen, I would say.
Yeah.
Best way.
Yes.
All right. So the event for this year, the 2023 Taiwan Pride Parade, is called Color Taipei. It's hosted by Taipei City Government's Tourism and Information Department. And it's not just about the parade on October 28th. So there's also a lot of other events. There's going to be a rainbow sightseeing bus. There are rainbow short trips as well. So we're inviting both local and international travels to join in the festivities and explore Taiwan, but also Taiwan's LGBT culture. And then the event essentially aims to promote Taipei's diverse and inclusive culture.
Yeah, I think we already start our celebration not just on October 29th, even 2 weeks.
28.
Yeah, 28. Okay.
Oh, yeah, 28.
Even earlier, 2 weeks earlier, in front of parade, and even after. In fact, at that night would be my celebration night as well. Yeah, we would join some after party.
Parties.
Yes.
After
Oh, the
parties.
after party. Okay.
Yeah, that's very
okay.
important.
Yeah.
There are lots of after parties.
27号晚上有一个 Trans March 在西门町。
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Very
Yes.
important too. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
27. Yes.
So 就是在 Color Taipei 的前后，其实还有很多各式各样的活动，像是刚刚提到的27号晚上有一个
在西门町有
跨
Trans
性别
March
游
对
Yeah. Okay, and then after the parade as well, there's going to be many after parties.
Yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
gay, for lesbian, for anybody.
Oh my God.
We're
yeah.
trying to make it into a Pride Month.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Fully support the Taiwan Pride Month of October.
Yeah.
So, as the Pride event has evolved over the years, how do you think this has maybe impacted how Taiwan society views the LGBTQ community, and maybe also what that has meant for their representation in Taiwan, too?
I think to local community, this kind of big parade really have some rescue effect to some countryside boys and girls. I really think it that way. And the other, if we talk about the other countries near to Taiwan, for example, my girlfriend is Filipino. So when he attend the parade with me on 2019, the biggest one ever before, and she was so touched and being encouraged to be herself. So I think that's just like a lighthouse to others. Yeah, that's very important to us.
So it's kind of like a guiding point for realizing that here in Taiwan, at least, like you are accepted
Yes.
no matter, you know, your gender or your sexuality, is that you're here and we see you and,
Yes.
you know, we're
Yes.
all here together. Yeah.
Indeed, yes.
Or as we were saying before, we're here, we're queer, so let's just go on with it. Yeah.
Yes. But I think a lot of people, especially like cisgendered straight people, the kind of like society overall is tailored to this. Like you get married, you have children, you do this, you do that. So it's kind of like it's so ingrained in our culture that if you're something that is other, you have a feeling like you just naturally assume that you have to hide this and that you cannot really be who you are because you're going to be afraid of being rejected by your family or by your friends, by the people around you, by society itself. So I think the fact that Taiwan has been working towards becoming more inclusive and highlighting this as part of, it's like, this is Taiwan culture. Like here in Taiwan, same-sex couples can get married. We're still working on the rights, you know, like in terms of like adoption was something that also happened this year.
Yeah.
But it feels good to be seen, I feel. And I think that's really important. 对，就是要被看到的这个感觉是很重要的，很好的，对。Okay, so Color Taipei seems to be encouraging both local and international participation. How important do you guys think is international visibility for Taiwan's LGBTQ community? Because as Mooni mentioned earlier, Paris's vice mayor, the deputy mayor, is coming here. And I think like even in the news, like if you see international news outlets, you see reports of like Taiwan is preparing for its Pride March. Taiwan is preparing for this. So how do you feel about Taiwan's the international participation in the local Pride Parade?
I think it plays a vital role for Taiwan's LGBT community. It not only like inspire others, but also serve as a powerful tool for advocating like LGBT rights worldwide. So I think Taiwan's progressive approach sets like an example, or just like Pauxiaodi said, it's like example as well as like a pressure for other countries to be respectful for the topic. So I guess it's a good way too for Taiwan to be seen. And for that, so to welcome those visitors from like international visitor to who's going to attend the party, like I think Taiwan also has done some efforts such as like what you said, the sightseeing bus, the rainbow bus. And have you ever been to the 西门 or like 市政府? So you can see the rainbow sidewalk. 那边有一个彩虹的人行道. That's also something that we've done to show people this is a friendly environment. So that's also something we've done to like welcome everyone internationally. And also if you can see on the Google Maps or on the the stores, they will have the sticker, the LGBTQ friendly sticker, or 在那个 Google Maps 上面有一个 sign 说是 LGBT friendly. I think that would also make like LGBTQ travelers to be welcome and safe while their visit
here in Taiwan. Yes.
Right. And another thing when you're talking about the international visibility, one thing I've noticed when I talk to different visiting media, I always ask them, why are you coming to Taiwan? Because many more media are coming to Taiwan recently. And they always say two things. A, there's the cross-strait stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's a given. But the other thing they always say, Taiwan is growing so progressive. And they always mention the fact of, same-sex marriage. And that's something that they really see Taiwan is somehow different, and Taiwan is evolving in a positive way. And so I think this is reaching out to the international community, and it's creating a lot of positive press, a lot of positive reporting on Taiwan.
Yeah.
And also when you're talking about the international visitors, I know talking to Taipei city officials, they even talk about that. They realize it's good for the economy.
Yep.
You have all these visitors coming, they need to stay in hotel rooms, they're going out and eating at the restaurants. It's a great way to promote Taiwan and to also bring in some economic benefit.
Yeah, 这个是很棒的彩虹经济，我们真的很会花钱。
Is that another thing you talk about on your podcast?
Now, another topic that comes up a lot around Pride events, especially for people who, maybe that they're not willing to keep an open mind about what exactly it represents. But a topic that a lot of people comment on is, why are they not wearing clothes? Or like, why are they wearing such colorful or such outrageous outfits? 就是在台湾或者其实很多国家啦，就是有时候在面对这种 Pride Parade、Pride 的这种活动，他们就会觉得说，为什么身体要穿的这么露，或者是为什么要穿的这么多彩多色的一些这样子。So, what do you guys have to say in terms of that? Like when it comes to a person looking from the outside in, and then they see this and they're like, they might feel a little bit afraid. It's like, if I go, do I have to wear this or do I have to be like that? What do you guys have to say about that?
My question is, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a happy parade, right? And I remember the term gay means happy in Spanish, right? Yeah. To be honest, I think 平常他们才是假的，他们必须 pretend to be normal. 然后 on parade 的时候，那个才是 the true self. Yes.
The true colors.
Yes. So there's only one day they can reveal their true self. 我觉得还好啦。
Okay.
对。然后如果 compared to other parade in other countries, 我觉得我们穿的还算保守。
True.
对，还可以啦。
Okay.
但是就是 remind everybody that you don't need to be so colorful. You can just join us.
But you don't have to wear that.
Yes, you don't need to. Yeah, you just join us and enjoy the vibe. Yeah, that's good.
Well, and as you said, you have to be you.
Yes.
And so maybe for some people, being themselves is not being that outrageous.
Yes.
And that's fine. Go in your blue jeans and your T-shirt, whatever you normally wear.
It's fine to be boring.
Yes.
Hey, I'm boring every day, and I love it. Life is so easy when you're boring,
Yeah.
But I also think this might also tie in with, like you guys mentioned earlier, that one of your topics on the podcast is body positivity. And I think especially a lot of people, especially nowadays when we see like, on Instagram, people are so beautiful and whatnot. And then we sort of start feeling bad about ourselves. So having kind of like a different, seeing ourselves in a slightly more positive light, or seeing ourselves as like, this is my body, and this is how I am a little overweight, I am a little chubby, I am a little tall, I am a little this. So it's kind of like you can push all of that and see like, this is how I am, this is what I'm wearing today because it makes me feel good, and this is how I want to be. So I think it's also tied into body positivity. 就是自己看待身体的那个态度也是有关系的。
没错。
So I'm so tired of the single standard in Asia.
They all want us to look the same.
Yes. I need to tell everyone that chubby girls rocks.
Chubby girls rock, huh?
Yes. I love that.
Okay. Okay, so since we're talking about Pride, we should find out, how do you plan to celebrate Pride? And maybe what can people who are not members of the LGBTQ community. How can they show their support to you?
Well, I am gonna attend the Pride with the 同志 hotline.
Okay.
Because we are from there. And I think that there are many ways to support for straight person, for straight aliens to show their support. So I remember like last year, Taiwan Pride was my boyfriend's birthday.
Okay.
And I invited him to come to the Pride, and we walked together. And it's his very first time like attending the Pride, and we had a lot of fun because he's attracted to many gays. So like my boyfriend did a lot of like trending.
You got a lot of attention that day?
On his birthday. So he's happy and we are all happy. So I think there are many ways that you can donate money to your favorite NGO, to 同志 hotline, and you can listen to our podcast, and you can go to the Taiwan Parade on this year was 10月28号 October 28th. That would be the greatest support.
所以就是可以支持的方法有包含就是可以捐钱给一些NGO 的一些团体，对，然后就是支持一些 LGBTQ businesses, whether they're podcasts, whether they're stores or things like that, and then also just being there.
Just being there, right. Because I know on that day, a lot of the trade offices too, you know, all the 那个
Teco
驻台的那些国外的办事处，他们都也会来参与了。对， So I mean, it's a good way. Just show up and say hi. You know, that's a way to support too.
Yeah, and just enjoy.
You know, be like your boyfriend and get some attention. You know.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
So how are you guys celebrating Pride? Okay, so Mooni, you're gonna go to the Pride
with my boyfriend again.
With your boyfriend. He's gonna love the attention again.
It's his birthday time again, huh?
Yes. What about Amy? What are you gonna do for Pride?
我要工作，就是因为因为我是在同志咨询热线工作，所以我今年会在舞台上面就是主持，跟我的主持伙伴一起这样，这已经很多年了。然后欢迎大家可以来看我们玩这样子。对，
Though I have girlfriend, but I'm going to after party.
Yeah.
I already told my girlfriend.
Why do you have to say though I have a girlfriend? That makes it sound like you're planning on doing some bad
Maybe doing something she shouldn't do. Yes.
You got my point. Yeah.
先声明一下。
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing and learning with us. So in a nutshell, Taiwan Pride has been a trailblazing LGBTQ plus event here in Taiwan since 2003. It's not just a parade, but it's also a powerful movement. The 2023 edition is called Color Taipei, and it's stepping things up. So besides the big parade on October 28th, there's also the rainbow sightseeing buses and short trips, and inviting locals and global travelers to celebrate the diversity here in Taipei.
Hey, so that kind of wraps that up. And so now it's time for the fun part of the show. Although we had a lot of fun today, I would say, throughout the entire show. And that's our pet peeve or cat's meow. Meow. Okay, now so you guys all understand this part of the show?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, so a pet peeve is something you really don't like, and a cat's meow is something you like. And it could be something maybe new in English or new expression you've heard or whatever. And of course, as you all know, I came today unprepared.
Yeah.
But during our discussion, I had some very good inspiration. And it's true colors.
True colors.
I love that expression, especially when we're talking about pride and the rainbow and everything like that. It's a very colorful event. But to show your true colors is to show who you truly are. And so that's kind of a cat's meow, a really fun expression in English. Show your true colors.
Yeah.
展现你的真实的颜色。
真实的你，对，
真实的你。
Okay, how about Paz? What do you have today?
Today I chose a pet peeve specifically because I've had too many cat's meows.
Okay,
so
sounds good.
My pet peeve word is heteronormativity.
Oh, okay.
Heteronormativity. So heteronormativity is kind of like the normalization of heterosexual culture throughout all cultures. Like, why do girls wear skirts?
Yeah.
Why do guys wear pants? Like, guys can wear skirts and girls can wear pants, or you know.
Why do boys have to like blue?
Exactly.
And girls have to like pink.
或者是都不穿也可以。
Exactly.
Put on their birthday suit, huh? That's right.
Birthday
Okay.
suit.
Your boyfriend can do that. Put on his birthday suit, and he'll have even more attention that day.
I will try to encourage him.
So heteronormativity, I think, is something that every day you can try to challenge, you know, try to pay attention. Like, what are some things that just are heteronormative, and how can you challenge those views? How can you challenge those ideals? And do they make you feel more like you, or do they make you feel less like you? You know?
Wow, I never knew you were an iconoclast there, Paz. You're like tearing down all barriers in the world. I like that.
This is
a new Paz.
This might be like a weird episode to come out in, but like I'm bi. Like I have a boyfriend, so I am in a heteronormative relationship right now. But I myself am bisexual, so it's like inclusivity and challenging those views. I think it's really important.
Cool. Okay. Who's next?
Okay. Mooni.
Okay, so mine is pansexual.
Okay.
Pansexual is sexual orientation, which means not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, and gender identity. 所以它是泛性恋，所以它不是只是双性恋。双性恋是 like 男生跟女生。So it's more unlimited choices, I would say. And I would choose this word because I am pansexual. I like people because who they are instead of their genders.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a fun word too because pan kind of means like all.
Oh.
Yeah. Like before there was an airline called Pan American. It flew around all of the Americas.
Yes, okay.
So pansexual is all sexual.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, Amy.
我的话，我可能 think without boundary or leave the possibility with open。就是我希望我们的节目或者是大家在看待同志这件事情，应该是没有界限的。希望大家能够更有大的眼光去看这一些事情，更看待我们。对，
Okay, mine is simple, just true self.
Yeah.
That's my main topic. In fact, in our podcast, I'm the one always encourage people to show their true self. Yeah, that's so just true self. Yes.
Yeah.
True colors, true self.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're very true today.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I think that's time for us to wrap up this edition of the ICRT Breakdown. And so we should thank again our guests. And so today we had
Amy,
Mooni,
咆哮蒂.
yeah,
and you're from the podcast.
lez.weekly.
Yay! So thank you very much.
Thank
My
you
name
for
is
having
Tim.
us.
I'm Paz.
And remember, the ICRT Breakdown is brought to you by the National Development Council, making Taiwan an even more English-friendly place. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Breaking the ice, breaking the mold, breaking down the news. You've been listening to ICRT Breakdown, a bilingual 2030 policy program brought to you in association with the National Development Council.